Now, as long as we have been discussing or mentioning the keys to the secret doctrine, let's take a look here. This is one of the footnotes in the Treatise on Cosmic Fire. So every symbol and allegory has 7 keys. Only 3 keys have been available in the 19th century, and there are 7 keys to the entrance door of the mysteries. Let's take a look at what some of these keys are to the secret doctrine. They've been hinted. There is the psychological key, and of this, a treatise on cosmic fire is said to be the embodiment. Certainly, it's the beginning of the psychological key to the secret doctrine. DK does state that. There is the astronomical key, which is not the astrological key. The physical or physiological key. The metaphysical key. The anthropological key. The astrological key. The geometrical key. The mystical key. The symbolical key, and the numerical key. Now, this is really interesting because earlier we are told there are 7 keys, but we've been given 10. So it's rather Kabbalistic in the sense that wherever there are 7, there are 10. Each key has to be turned 7 times, and so we get the numbers either 49 or 70. Now, probably at this stage of our development, not all of us can pursue every one of these keys. We are not equipped to do so. But there may be one key or another which is more suited for our type of mind and consciousness, and it would be very interesting to see which key or keys we may be pursuing as we attempt to penetrate more deeply into the mysteries. I think when you're a student of Master DK, you do tend to work the psychological key quite a bit. The astrological key is also given. I know many people interested in sacred geometry, and I do think they are beginning to turn that particular key. The mystical key perhaps has been set forth by the great mystics of the last 1,000 years, and there are some notable examples. Many books are filled with the symbology which reveals more to us of the ancient mysteries. There are metaphysicians, those who are into the abstract mind and are trying to understand the mind of God, turning the metaphysical key. The astronomical key, the great scientists, the astrophysicists of the day are, whether they know it or not, in process of turning this key. And I suppose if we think about turning the key 7 times, there are 7 principles in man. There are 7 planes upon which each of these keys can be applied. I think what the 7s stand for is not a great mystery, but the exact nature of how each of these keys would be applied, let us say, on each of the 7 planes, or in relation to each of the 7 principles, that, for us, is a mystery at this time. Okay, now we can go back to the text. So, this is in the secret doctrine. There is an astrological key to the secret doctrine which cannot be given in completeness. I can, however, give you some hints and suggest some lines of approach, and these have carried in the consciousness of the illumined astrologers, and may I say, perhaps carried for many years as a background consideration in the minds of the illumined astrologers, whoever they are, may enable one of them at a later date to discover that key, and then turning it on behalf of humanity, reveal the fourth great fundamental of the ageless wisdom, of which three are already given in the proem of the secret doctrine. Now, I think we do remember the three, that there is a boundless, immutable principle, that there is a law of periodicity to which all forms must submit, and that all souls are at one with the oversoul. And then the fourth fundamental must be formulated. Some think they have formulated it. I think they've made good progress. I think that until Master DK gives more, and even that will not be enough, I don't think this formula can be fundamental, can be formulated in its entirety. This is my own opinion, but it does relate to psychology and astrology, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if within a treatise on cosmic fire, which is the psychological key to the secret doctrine, and within esoteric astrology, which goes a long way, I think, in presenting the direction in which the astrological key to the secret doctrine will be found, within these two books, I would say the foundation of that key is being laid. And in a way, I do wonder if Master DK himself is not that disciple who is turning this fourth key on behalf of humanity and who is formulating this fourth key. He is, after all, a disciple, as is the Christ. I don't think that it can be formulated by those who are beneath the rank of master. And when I look at the other three fundamentals of the secret doctrine, they also seem to me to be formulated by the very high initiate consciousness. So anyway, space is an entity, and there is an astrological key to the secret doctrine. It will involve both psychology and astrology. Let us go further. Space is an entity, and the entire vault of heaven, as it has been poetically called, is the phenomenal appearance of that entity. In a way, space is the universal logos, and its appearance is his own consciousness of himself. And inasmuch as he is aware of all of the different aspects of his own nature which come forth in emanation as a result of the divisibility of number, all of the different energies and forces and impulses are perceived, self-perceived, as contents of consciousness. In other words, what I'm saying here, and well, at least I believe it is profoundly true, is that we live in a psychological universe. The universe is a psychic registration, a psychic self-registration. The universe itself is that which consciousness reveals of the perceiver. Now, all of this, you could well say, okay, look, this is part of the metaphysical key of the secret doctrine. I guess, I'm very inclined towards metaphysics. It's that third rate in my nature. So I hope I don't bore you with this, but I'm, trying to get to the bottom of the issue, which is hopeless, of course, but one tries, and eventually one succeeds. He calls it the phenomenal appearance of that entity. You will note that I did not say the material appearance, but the phenomenal appearance. And the phenomena run deeper than materiality. Every event on whatever plane can be called a phenomenon. It is an outpicturing of what we call the noumenon. N-O-U, can I spell it? N-O-U-M-E-N-O-N, noumenon. And I think Kant dealt with the idea of the noumenon, which is the reality, which is underlying the appearance.